Hello, hola, namaste, ni hao, konnichiwa, whatagwan, jambo, salaam alaikum. How you day? Afam. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel, Miss Anne on the Trends, and I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you so much for clicking and deciding to watch my video. I don't take you for granted. And today it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there, every beautiful woman out there who is a responsible mother who is taking care of their families and kids. Thank you so much for your good work as a creator, because you are a creator with God. Be blessed, and I hope you had a good day. For those whose day is ending and for those whose day is starting, may you enjoy. Now today I'm all over and I'm looking at what is happening to America. My people, America is our dreamland. Everyone wants to come to America. Everyone has a dream to come to America, especially us here from East Africa or from Kenya. From Africa, we have grown knowing that America is the land of milk and honey. That is where you get the best opportunities. That is where you get the best education, the best jobs. And even when we are living here and working here, we still have the dream to come and work there. And what is happening? What is happening over there? Over there. So I've been watching about what is happening over there, but the way people are expressing, the way they are missing the former president Barack Obama, and I'm so proud that he is from Kenya. His father was a Luo from Kenya, and the mother was from the US, and I'm so proud of that, to be associated to one of the best presidents in the world. And the people of America are now able to differentiate his leadership with the current Trump's regime. And it is happening, it is happening, it is happening in America, that now people are getting frustrated. Especially, I saw this video about the farmers. The farmers are really, really, really crying. Some of them are about to go bankrupt.
Farmers have officially fucked around and we have officially found the fuck out now, guys. I'm on the verge of bankruptcy. I'm on the verge of tears. Overnight, all of my health fled. My health, out of fear for their safety, their lives, they fled. And now I am left out here standing in my unharvested carrot field. And I'm in Kansas, and this is when carrot harvest goes. In Kansas, this field should be full of workers. But all my workers left. And who do you think's to blame for that? Every single one of them left. Now I have to by myself try to fill that truck with a load of carrots in one day, and I can't do that, guys. I have to get these carrots to market by next week. My contract is terminated. This is $936,000 worth of carrots right here, and I can't pick them by myself. If they're unharvested, I would get kicked out of that contract, and I will get sued by the Planters Loves Carrots Company.
This is the consequences when we chose the wrong direction. Oh my God. Yes. It is what it is. Make America great. Yeah, low prices.
I'm not sure if you heard it, the part about where he allowed ICE to come into his fields to harass his paid employees, people he was supposed to have vetted before he hired them. So the chances of them being, violent criminals were pretty slim to none. This is a man who heard all of the very same messaging that you and I heard, the same exact rhetoric come out of Donald Trump's mouth about how they were all criminals, they were all rapists, they were all drug dealers, they were bad hombres. He heard it all, the same shit we heard. And when we said this is going to be an ethnic cleansing, we meant it. but you gambled your farm against your own racism, against your own bigotry, and at this point in the game, I don't give a fuck if I never have a goddamn vegetable or fruit from this country ever again. You all deserve to lose your farms. If you allowed ice in your fields, you cheered this on, or you voted for it. Kiss my ass.
Earlier this year, the Trump administration spent months demonizing immigrants and migrant workers, portraying them as criminals and blaming them for the economic problems and job loss in the United States. The political message was clear: immigrants were the problem. But now, the agricultural industry is facing the reality of what those policies created. Farms across the country are dealing with labor shortages because the truth is something that politicians rarely admit out loud. The United States agricultural system depends heavily on migrant labor and function. So now the same administration is trying to bring migrant workers back through the H-2A agricultural visa program, which allows farms to recruit temporary foreign labor to harvest crops and maintain food production. But the wages being discussed are raising serious alarm. Reports circulating this week say that under the proposed wage structure, some H-2A workers could see pay calculated as low as about $1 an hour in certain cases and around $7 in others, depending on the state and how the deductions are applied. Part of that calculation allows farms to include housing as part of the compensation package, which reduces the amount of actual cash workers receive. Farm worker housing in the United States has been criticized for decades for overcrowding, poor sanitation, and unsafe living conditions, which makes the idea of counting that housing as part of the worker's wage extremely controversial. Because of these changes, the United Farm Workers Union has filed a lawsuit against the administration, arguing that the policy violates labor protections and will drive wages down not only for migrant workers, but for agricultural workers across the entire industry. The situation exposes a contradiction that's difficult to ignore. The same workers who were recently portrayed as a threat are now being asked to return because the food systems can't operate without them. Yet the policies being proposed still treat their labor as something that can be underpaid and easily exploited. If this issue matters to you, start paying attention to how agricultural labor policies are being written and how they actually benefit. Share this information and stay informed about the lawsuit, and ask whether the people who harvest the food that feeds an entire country are being treated with the dignity and fair compensation that they deserve. To the extent of trying to the people. And Trump has deported so many people, tagging them illegal immigrants, and he never saw the importance of these people in the country. I think the best thing that he could have done is know how these people can be registered and work there under the visa, which they're calling it H2A, and they work there because the Americans who cried that their jobs have been taken by the illegal immigrants, they are not ready to do the so-called manual jobs. They have seen a lady saying that she advertised a farm. She was ready to pay 2,000 to $3,000 a month. Unfortunately, the Americans cannot do those kind of jobs. You tell me to come and work in a farm, even if I am a graduate, I would come to work for 2,000 or $3,000, because that is quite good money if you exchange it in Kenyan money. And so that's why, because now the life standards in our countries are a bit lower, the expenses are a bit lower, so any dollar that you gain is usually having a lot of power, and it is usually very, very valuable when it is exchanged to our currency. So even if I'm told to work $2 per hour, that would translate to about 300 Kenyan shillings per hour. If I work for 10 hours, I'll be earning 3,000 Kenyan shillings per day. Right now, I am a graduate, a high school teacher, and I'm telling you, I am earning nothing close to that per day. In fact, if I calculate for a month, if I get 3,000 per day, I calculate for a month, I'll be getting 3,000 per day times 30. That is, let me see, 90,000. Yeah, that is 90,000. As
as an African, we in a developing country. When we get opportunities to come to America, that is a win. It doesn't matter the kind of job that you're doing there. We are usually coming there to do our best because we believe the dollar is very much stronger than our currency. Here we use a shilling, and so even graduates would come to just do the manual jobs that the Americans do not want to do. So, and the Trump's leadership is like corrupting, and it seems that he's focusing on those things that are not really helping the Americans and those people who supported the Maga, the Make America Great Again. It seems now they can see that. It is not working as they expected. They expected that if they chase those people who were in their country, maybe their lives would be better. The Americans would have jobs. Those who do not have jobs would have jobs. They would have better care. They would have. The economy, they expected the economy to improve in general, but it is so devastating for them that what they expected is not happening, and it is has really hit them very hard to see that they really needed these people to work in the farms. I have seen very frustrated farmers with fields full of carrots and tomatoes that do not have people to harvest them because the only people who were providing the manual labor were deported, and most of them being Mexicans and Africans. And also there were from other from Asia, and majority of those people were deported to their respective countries. And this ICE thing has been happening for some time now, and even some of these farmers have been supporting the ICE and have been collaborating with the ICE, and they have been able to chase majority of the workers, and this has affected them. So what can we say about this? We can say that let them feel the pain, so that the next time they're having these people in their farms, they will be able even to appreciate them better. They will be able to even pay them better, because the pay that they are paying, they are able to make margins of profit. Unfortunately, the Americans are not ready to work for the same amount. They are demanding more decent pay. And I wish if anyone will go back to America to work in those fields, I wish they will know their values, and that they will not allow to be used as slaves. They will not be taken advantage of. However desperate they are for the job, because these people can turn around and chase you anytime, and it is important you put a price on yourself and a value on yourself, so that these people, the Americans who take them for granted, they will be able to appreciate them, and also they will be able to know that they made a very, very big mistake. I have seen the love that Obama is receiving. The people are appreciating that during his time things were better, and now the economy is going down. The economy is no longer the same. The America is never greater than ever before as they expected, because at this moment they expected America to be better, and that was what Mr. Donald Trump promised to the Americans. Unfortunately, it is not happening. We have seen him making racial comments. We have also seen him in controversial positions, or in controversial making controversial statements, and this is also affecting everyone all over the world.
Now you just breathe. Well, let's talk about that for a second. I do not think we have ever had. I don't think we've ever had an election where it's not a Black America, and a White America, and Latino America, and Asian America. There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states. Red states for Republicans, blue states for Democrats. But I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states.
He never goddamn embarrassed me. Cool, calm, collected, poised, educated, intelligent. Like, oh, I miss my dad. It bothers Donald Trump, if you haven't figured this out, on a deeply personal, guttural level, that Obama is more educated than him, higher regarded than him, is somebody that no matter where he goes, will always receive applause. Meanwhile, he out there getting booed. There's no room Obama could walk into and not get applause or respect. And I would say, even among people who are conservatives who also have bashed him, these are the things that strangely keep Donald Trump up at night. Is that at the root of the core of it, no matter how many lies he tells himself, he's an embarrassment. And he knows he is. And it bothers him that somebody who hasn't been president in a decade is so much more beloved than he will ever be. He could put his name on a president in a decade. Is so much more beloved than he will ever be. He could put his name on 1,000 buildings, and that's never going to change.
I miss you too. Now, one of these values is
with a pit of sadness in my stomach, wishing that I could go back to a time in history when things made sense. I realize that sounds very boomer, but I'm just talking about like when Obama was president, and for whatever reason, I naively believed that our future was bright.
the rogue behavior of agents of the federal government. Is deeply concerning and dangerous. But we should take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary outpouring of organizing, community building, decency, citizens saying this is not the America we believe in, and we're going to fight back, and we're going to push back with the truth, and with cameras, and with peaceful protests, and shining a light on the sort of behavior that in the past we've seen in authoritarian countries, we've seen in dictatorships, but we have not seen in America.
I miss that man. I miss having a leader who was able to speak hope into us, was able to ask us to be our best selves on a regular basis. And as much as I appreciate his words, we all know that the resistance we have put up so far is not enough and will not break down this regime. And I just fear that we have quite a number of dark days ahead of us.
Hello, everybody.
I actually remember Barack Obama running for president, and I went to see him at St. Louis Arch. I was like so close. And during that campaign, I met Bill Clinton for the second time. I already met him, shook his hand, talked to him briefly. I remember it feeling so amazing back then. It just felt so hopeful. And he was the first post 9/11 president, And for me and my group, we were kind of not really trusting President Bush. The whole 9/11 thing was just so weird. But it felt like this new message of like love and unity, caring about others and helping people that have less. And these, Trump fighting Trump. This is a wild time, to be honest.
Oh, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. And to see such a wonderful person. Well, you know what? The main thing I wanted to find out is what did you eat so that I can let
We miss Obama. Fuck the Democrat version. That man knew how to address people, knew how to pronounce things, knew how to, articulate himself in a professional residential manner.
So as you can see, the Americans really miss Barack Obama as the president of the USA. And it is very clear to them that for sure he was a better president as compared to Donald Trump. I wish all the Americans all the best as they prepare to vote for another better person who will at least make them feel the way they felt when Barack Obama was the president. Subscribe, like, and share. Also, you can comment and discuss with me what you feel about this video. This is just my comment, and I said this is just for entertainment purposes only, and for my platform is just my own opinion and my comments. You can comment on this particular topic in the comment section below, and also make sure that your comments are respectful. And with that, I say God bless you and goodbye.